finally here, Nissan's made for India Kicks. Now this one has a more robust chassis, it's got more space on the inside, a tried and tested diesel engine, a higher quality interior. It promises a lot. Just how good is the car? We have it for the day. We are in the Rann of Kutch. Let's see what it's like. But first up, a quick look at the all-new exterior. And all new it is. While the Kicks in other markets is based on the same platform as a Micra, this one inherits the Duster's tough DNA. Unlike the Captur, the Kicks has a proper SUV stance with a tall upright cabin, a flat bonnet and tough body cladding, all of which give it a beefy macho appearance. And it is big. In terms of size, the Kicks is larger than the Creta in every dimension, and it's also 55 mm longer than the Renault Captur. The designers, some of them based in India, have also managed to blend the edgy detailing and robust architecture quite nicely. Design elements like the sharp cuts on the flanks, the boomerang-shaped tail lamps and the 17-inch diamond cut alloys all work well, and so do the blacked out pillars. While we've seen the exteriors before, what's all new is this new interior, and Nissan have put a lot into bringing it up to a level where it is genuinely exciting for the Indian car buyer. Stuff like this leather covered dash. It really is beautifully finished with this double stitch, these chrome highlights, plenty of them all over. Carbon fiber panels, of course, is not real carbon fiber. And of course, this touchscreen with its lovely shortcut keys, things like this one-touch brightness, which are really helpful in making it very practical. Also very impressive is this leather seat. It's beautifully built, it's large, it comes with a lot of bolstering, and you get this perforated leather and crisscross stitch, which does look very upmarket. There are, however, a few things that aren't so nice. Stuff like this glove box carried over from the Captur, which is tiny. What really gets your attention, however, is the 8-inch floating touchscreen. It's smooth, it's slick, it gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it even gets a first-in-class 360-degree reversing camera. Things we don't like on the inside include dummy buttons on the steering wheel, a fuel gauge that looks unusually large, and there are more than a few hard plastics, especially in the lower part of the cabin. The rear seat, however, is much improved. So it's pretty comfortable in the back as well, a decent amount of thigh support. The backrest is really nice, it holds you well. These elbow rests are perfectly positioned, and visibility out, yes, that's improved a bit as well, especially over the Captur. There are a couple of vents in the back, but there's no USB support. You only get this 12-volt outlet, and that in this day and age of smartphones isn't really enough. A nice touch, however, is a dual operable parcel chef that can be opened from the inside to access the boot. And the large 400-litre boot is very practical too. Nissan has also included some segment first kit like a 360-degree camera, leather dashboard inserts, and there's an eco driving mode as well. There's also 17-inch alloy wheels, 4 airbags, cruise control, auto LED projector lamps, cornering lights, climate controlled, hill hold assist, vehicle dynamic control, rain sensing wipers, a digital speedometer and others. However, it does miss out on stuff like a sunroof, curtain airbags and wireless phone charging, some of which are available on the recently facelifted Hyundai Creta. So Nissan's new SUV looks the part and the interiors are pretty comfortable. But what's this 110 horsepower 6-speed manual like to drive? Now those of you who remember the Duster will remember its slightly heavy clutch. And that's especially true for this 110 horsepower version. But this one on the Kicks is pretty light, it's comfortable, it has a nice bite point or release point, and it should be pretty nice to drive in the city as well. What also helps is that the 6-speed manual is smooth and precise, and the steering though a touch heavy at parking speeds, lightens up nicely as soon as you're past walking speeds. Now this is a familiar engine, and below 2000, yes, there is a bit of lag. And of course, once you pull it, the power comes in nice and strong. What's also impressive is that the motor in this state of tune is eager to rev, smoothens up as you rev it, and rewards the driver with its meaty mid-range performance. So overtaking on the highways is rather effortless, and overall performance is pretty strong. The power band, however, is pretty narrow. It starts at around 2000, like we said earlier, and by around 4400, it's all but done. And then it gets boomy and loud, and it isn't very nice. What Nissan have nailed, however, is the ride. It doesn't toss you around, it's flat, it's comfortable, it's silent, it's rubber-footed, and exactly what you want from your SUV on roads like these. Now, straight line stability is pretty good, but it does roll a bit around corners. And then there's the fact that the steering is quite quick, so that does introduce a bit of nervousness into the handling. And this is especially true at higher highway speeds. The Kicks does many things right. It is robust, it portrays a sense of toughness, it rides and handles well, the diesel engine has more than enough grunt, and the interior is both well built and generously equipped. Yes, the diesel engine is a bit gruff, there's no automatic option, and there are some ergonomic issues in the cabin. Still, if Nissan prices it well, it finally could have a strong contender on hand, one that can truly offer a credible alternative to the Hyundai Creta.